Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler, and I am live in San Francisco, California, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And down in San Diego is my good friend and co-host, Dennis Pathalkis. What's up, Dennis?
Are you there? I can't see you. Everything's kind of dark.
Well, if we were an episode of Titans, which we are covering, Titans, Season 1, Episode 7, Asylum, yes, I would basically have the lights out right now because we cannot see any. It's ridiculous. I'm watching on a 4K screen, and I like to take clips from the show for our thumbnails for these things, and it's impossible. It's it has to be a full daylight scene, which we rarely get in this. And every time they're fighting in their costumes, like it is just there's no lights on. Guys, we need to be able to see the show. Okay, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous now. Dennis, I've been back and forth on this show. We might as well get our spoiler paddles out because we are going to spoil the episode.
We're going to spoil the crap out of this. So if you haven't seen the episode, go and watch it, or maybe not if you just want to hear what it's like, and then we can talk about it from there.
Yeah, so brief rundown of the episode, Dennis. We start out, we have Dr. Adamson caught in the bathroom. He will only talk to Rachel. So, of course, the bad guys always get their way in the show. And he talks to Rachel. He, of course, they didn't check on some thermometer thing that was in the bathtub, and he uses it to cut his own throat, and she is able to heal him. Dennis.
Yes. Sorry. Now I was just looking at spoilers, Gary and Dennis for Mr. Roboto, and we already did that. So
yes.
So basically what it runs down to is that he tells her that she's there to heal the world, not destroy it, that it can be taken, the prophecy can be taken two different ways. And, they're going to go to the asylum because they find out that her mother's still alive, her actual birth mother. And Rachel wants to go and rescue her, of course. So bad idea all the way around. And of course, Dick, being the practical one, is practical Dick this time around.
Yes.
Decides, he goes, hey, let's plan it out first, and then we'll go.
Dick is really softening up on some situations. And I love how Rachel all of a sudden stops calling the woman who raised her mother immediately. Like, oh, you're not mom anymore. You're Melissa. It's like, okay. I mean, I guess that's a teenager thing to do. I'm not really sure. Gar remains like one of the better things in this TV show. And like I said, I've been back and forth on this one. This was not a very good episode.
No, I mean, so long story short, they end up going to the asylum and getting captured. And everybody except for Rachel is being tortured. And actually, I think Starfire has the worst. I mean, she's intubated and they're cutting into her and doing all kinds of weird shit to her. I mean, Gar, yes, he's stripped naked in a cage and he's being shocked because they want him to change. They want him to change. And Dick is just being mind fucked, basically, is what's going on with him. He's been injected with a whole bunch of shit and forced to live out his demons, which might help him in the long run, tell you the truth.
Well, this is the biggest biggest lost opportunity in this episode. Is I thought they were gonna each go into the head of each Titan and kind of see their darkest fears to help build some background on each character, and they only did it with Dick, and they didn't really show Dick with Dick, to be honest with you. The best part, like you said in the very long pre-production meeting, was Dick beating on Dick, young Dick and old Dick.
Young Dick beating the crap out of old Dick.
Yep.
It's two dicks together.
Yes. We got double dicked. And
we did.
And we find out that he blames himself. It's not really blaming Batman. All right. He put it off on Batman and on Tony Zuko, but it was really him who's turned into the monster. And we understand that. But I needed more context. And I'm sure we'll get that later. But why were they cutting into Starfire? They just said, let's cut into her to see what happens.
They were experimenting. I mean, just before Dick bursts in through the door, Dick comes through the door. They're getting ready to cut off her finger on her hand to see if it's going to grow back or not, because she heals really insanely fast.
And they're this giant organization trying to usher in the Lord of Darkness, by the way.
Yeah.
And they seem to be like really willy nilly when it comes to their experiments. Like, let's just hack off a finger. It's like,
Yeah.
guys. Uh,
And we still don't get a mention of Trigon's name. That's the thing that gets me.
no, they're dancing around that, which worries me
Yeah,
a
it
little
really
bit.
worries me that they haven't mentioned his name yet. They keep saying the father or her father. That's all they say. They don't mention the name. And yeah, that's really disturbing me at the moment, considering that we got a really pretty bat cave though.
The
Couple
Batcave
times.
does look cool. There's like, listen, I want to like this show very much. I'm giving it as many chances as I can, and I'm not like dipping out on it. It's shown us some promising stuff.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really has. Dick, not to harp on that, but Dick is the Robin is good. I like the backstory of Robin mostly. I like that they are going to the Batcave, so they're not completely dancing around that. Rachel is still a little annoying to me. I like Gar. I actually think Gar is the most comic accurate character they've shown so far that's a member of the team. And quite frankly, it's the extra characters that are more interesting still. Starfire is still just not Starfire. It's a different character.
Yeah.
Well, she's written better now than she was by Akiva Goldsman. Like
Oh
clearly,
yeah.
it's night and day.
And the outfit change has helped a little bit as well.
Yeah. So I mean, like maybe we can just chalk this up to it's a rough first season. This is the first show they're coming out with, and it'll improve. And I believe it will. I actually believe it will. But yeah, the main part of this is we had an opportunity to get in everybody's head and learn a little bit more about the Titans, and then they can fight. As a team. The end was great. We saw the burning of the Robin costume. I don't know if you caught it, and maybe I have to go back. I screen captured. I'm not going to show it here because Warner Brothers tends to copyright strike. I could have sworn I saw the Nightwing symbol, but it was kind of upside down in the Bat Cave. I don't know if anybody else caught that. That's the first thing I thought. It looked like it to me.
I didn't see that, but I could, then again, I was looking at it on
some little image, and I don't know what the hell it was. It was on a screen in the background, and it was twisting around. And when it came around, it kind of looked like the Nightwing symbol, but I think it was upside down. So maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just hoping, but I want him to turn into Nightwing. I'm looking forward to this, but I have a feeling it's going to be like in the last 5 minutes of the last episode.
Yeah. And again, I didn't know it was burning. I didn't know the Robin suit was burning until they went back to it again because everything was so dark. I couldn't see what the fuck he was looking at.
That's part of the problem. We'll get to the chat here shortly. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, DC fans, I fucking love DC. I do. I'm liking DC more than I grew up a Marvel guy, but I'm liking DC more right now in the comic books and in a lot of other things. So I'm rooting for this show. I truly am, but I gotta keep it real. This episode was kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And they really need to do something with Raven. It's another character that I love in the comics, and maybe she'll turn into Raven later. But just like in Cloak and Dagger, a hoodie does not replace a hooded cloak. And yes, I'm going to harp on that. Your costume is your brand. Okay, Raven has a brand. My God, she's practically the poster girl for goth.
Yeah.
So I mean, and yeah, the big chunky, freaking boots and stuff. It just doesn't work. She needs to be billowy and mysterious and dark.
And like you were saying before too, I mean, we both liked, young Dick beating up on old Dick there. And then also we were mentioning the pre-production meeting, Gar finally attacking somebody in Tiger mode, which seems to be the only mode he can change into his Tiger mode.
And I'm okay. I mean, I know they're limited to special effects, but maybe he develops it later, and that's fine. That was the best scene in the episode. That was a very, very good scene where he attacked the doctor for the friend, made his first kill, and got emotional. And I'm like, that was good. So, I mean, there were good scenes in this episode.
Yeah, and then there was also some bad stuff too. I mean, Dick killing a lot of people. I mean, he kills a shit ton of people.
Yeah.
That kind of bothered me a little bit. I don't know why, but it just did.
Well, and so did Starfire. He gave I'm pretty sure there's no way all those security guards survived him beating and plus there's people there with powers that Gar could have turned into a tiger and just scared him away or something. No, let's do it the hard way. And I'm gonna get he got like he tore something like a lever off of a gas main or something and just beat the shit out of a bunch of security guards, which he had to have killed a couple of them. But then he decides to give the word to Starfire to blow them up because there was leaking gas. And I was just like, so he's upset about killing one guy or getting one guy killed, but he's okay with, I mean, it was kind of the right move strategically within the show because they're a very bad organization. I mean, the organization.
He just gave Jason Todd shit about this last episode.
Yeah.
That's the thing that gets me. He's like, you don't kill. And then he's like, oh, no, we're going to kill them all. Fuck them. We're going to kill them all.
They did torture him, but the thing is, that's what separates Batman from the Punisher and other superheroes is, yes, Batman has been tortured and not killed the person who's tortured him because that's where we draw the line. It would have been cheesy to tie up all the guards and save them or something. They're just security guards. They might not know what the hell they're there working for. They, right? All they know is somebody is trying to attack the female doctor in there, right? So they're just trying to protect her. So they don't know what's up. Not all of them anyway. They probably made like $18 an hour. You know, their benefits probably sucked. Now they're dead.
Sven Sandstrom says, you try being tortured on and see how you feel. I watch The Gifted every week, so I know what it's like.
Oh,
there we go.
Well, okay, so I'm not Robin. I'm not Batman. I mean, Batman has trained him for this kind of stuff, and he's supposed to. And what Dennis just said, it completely contradicts what he separated himself from Jason Todd last episode. So I mean, writers' rooms are there so for consistency and continuity. I just, I don't know what to say beyond that. It's just like it totally contradicts. It's like new writers are coming in and they didn't pay attention to the last episode and whatever.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, for the $2. Gary, they were all knocked out or sleeping. Louis Finobi, $1.99. Dennis lost another battle with a razor. Hi, boys. Hey, Finobi.
The show was doing good. I was like liking a couple episodes. So we'll see. It's got a couple more to go. Yeah. And if it finishes strong, that's great. We're going to be going into Young Justice, which is a show we're going to cover. And I doubt very much I'm going to dislike any of those. Yeah. So, because that is greatness. And honestly, that's what they should probably base this show on. And maybe that's trying with their move towards, but I mean, they're limited with the whole live action and effects and, Warner Brothers telling them they can't use heroes, which is ridiculous. But
maybe they can afford a couple of lights they can put on stage,
that would be
next season.
Can we do a crowdfunding to get the Titans some lights on their set?
It looks like they only have like 2, maybe 3 lights. That's about it total.
I swear to God, if this doesn't lighten up, I'm going to do my last recap with the lights off. Which some people might actually want. Like,
should we get to the chat a little bit here?
Let's get to the chat.
All right. Here we go. Philip A. Demick says, why so dark? Is this the DC universe? Yes, it is. Mako says, I really like this episode. I can see this becoming a Gotham-like show for me. I don't know if that's a good thing, man. Gotham is its own animal. I don't consider it part of the DC universe, really. I consider it just a fun aside. And it's, I agree. I love Gotham. It's fun to watch. It's like a train wreck for the most part, but it's nowhere near Batman or anything like that. It's just got Batman-esque characters in it.
Yeah, and I guess that's just my personal bias, and we all have them. Like you guys said, Gotham is fine off its own universe, and it's a fun show. I've never don't have anything bad to say about it, but I expected more from the DC universe's first show, adapting my favorite thing from the DC universe, the Teen Titans. I kind of thought they would take it a little more seriously, take the comic book, but maybe that's what they're doing, and I just got to accept that. Like, this is going to be Gotham, basically. And I guess that's all right. It's kind of a disappointing because there's so many great stories, and if they stick to the tone of the comics, they can still be a little dark and have a lot of fun. Donna Troy coming in next episode, I'm excited about.
That should be fun.
And that's she's from Man in the High Castle, I think. I heard somebody say that in the chat yesterday.
No, actually, someone just said that Cobra Kai.
She was in Cobra Kai? Okay.
Yeah, she was in Cobra. She's the daughter, I believe. She's his Danny LaRusso's daughter, if I remember correctly.
She looks like Donna Troy. I gotta say that they kind of hit that one out of the park as far as looking like Donna Troy. And that one scene of her flipping over the car, I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. I want more of that shit. I don't want to see him in the street clothes.
Yeah, I mean, they could borrow the special effects they use in the CW shows. It's the same company. It's Greg Berlanti.
It is, and it's weird that they I think it's, you know what, you want to go low risk in your first season. I understand that. So
Chris Persa says, is this spoiler free? Doesn't matter. Treat me like an addict and gimme.
We don't do spoiler free reviews. We get a lot of criticism for that, but we try. That's what the paddles are for, and you can watch. Basically these are videos that we record live.
Yeah,
you guys are the co-host. We like to have a visceral reaction to people who've watched the show, and if you haven't, please definitely don't let us spoil it for you. You can watch the episode, and this will be here later. It will be here later.
I'm going to say a couple of Dick jokes now. Kato Roan says Dick still needs to grow in his role. Chris Persis says, so Dick is going for protection. I'm just going to say this is a Dick joke. Halam 899 Live says this episode was filler. See what I did there? 6 Scale Combat says Dick being injected with shit. That was what I said earlier on. I'm glad you caught that one.
Ben Standrum said Dick was pissed.
And Kato Road says Dick on Dick is the best Google docking.
Oh, dude, I mean, these are kind of the most fun recaps to do for the Dick jokes. I hate to say it, but
yeah, they are. They even did a Dick joke at the beginning of the episode, and I can't remember what it was. Rachel did it, as a matter of fact.
Oh, she did. I'm probably going to throw together a compilation of all our Dick jokes at the end of this season. It might be 10 minutes long.
Yeah, well, I know. Chris Persis says Dick needs to stop beating himself. Mr. Roboto says Dick on door.
Oh, how did I miss that one? That was great.
Man,
what's up, Langley? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Mr. Roboto also says, also, I guess, how many dick pins can we get in?
Right? And Langley M. Neely, yeah, everyone is a murdering psychopath on this show. It's insane. It really is.
It really is. Yeah, no one is immune from it. Gar just got his first kill. Someone got his first taste of bloodlust.
Yeah. God. Yeah. At least he was sorry about it. Yeah, I know. Like, let's not be judging. Well, what's Batman like? Is this Batman metal? Is it the metal universe? Are we there or what?
It might be. Mr. Roboto also says, in Titans, Dick happens.
Oh, man.
Brian Fisher says, the one thing that bugs me, everybody keeps referencing her father, and not one time has Rachel asked who is her father. Exactly. That's the other weird thing about that too. She has not asked at all.
Like, what's his name? That would have been, well, it goes to the Hollywood hates fathers thing. I promised this video forever, but of course, Gar, when he's talking about bringing back his parents, he talks about his mom, not his dad, and all the dads are bad. And
if Akiva Goldsman comes back and writes any episodes, I can guarantee you there's going to be the line, "Who's my daddy?" that utters from her mouth. It will come out. I'm predicting that right now.
I can believe that. That's actually a good prediction. Considering his the way he writes women is
bad. Oh yeah, it's really bad.
I'm glad he dipped out of the show, because I think that has everything to do with why it has improved when it has, is because he's not around. So
yeah. Mr. Roboto says, hopefully no Dick in the Bat Cave for now. No, Dick has left the cave.
Yeah. Dick penetrated the cave and then he pulled out.
Yes, he pulled out of the cave.
Just in time, you
Yeah.
know.
Just in time, exactly. Philip A. Demick says, I liked the episode as a whole, but still had trouble with lay writing. Lots of lost opportunities. Let's break out mom. She's most likely crazy after being in an asylum. Yeah, they really didn't touch on her. She's just there and kind of like a mission objective in a video game. Okay, we found her. Let's walk her out.
Oh my God, don't say NPC. Yeah, she doesn't do much. Yeah, we just yeah, that's a great point. We keep hearing references to the father, to the father. It's like, just say the goddamn name. And you know it's going to be a guy in a suit. It's not going to
Yeah, it
be
is. It's going to be a shadow. It's going to be a
or a
shadow.
shadow or a cloud or something.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Kato Roan says Old Dick is the most flaccid. And
Was that her? Didn't catch that. Is Azeroth her mom's last name? Maybe it was Maiden?
no, so Azeroth is where she's from, actually. That's the realm that she's from, is Azeroth.
Yes.
And Metreon and Zinthos are also places that she draws powers from. So, yeah.
Which she names. You know, but maybe they'll do that eventually. So
maybe, I don't know. They've changed her background a little bit, so we might not get that.
Yeah, she was, but they're changing a lot of things. I mean, Hawk and Dove were just, people who put on costumes and trained.
Yeah,
they didn't get any power. So I think they're fucking with the origins quite a bit. So now I'm worried about Corey and Starfire and hopefully
if they go back and actually do Starfire's, or excuse me, Raven's real origins, she's already destroyed these places by her father coming through her. Azeroth, Metreon, and Zinthos, he's come in and laid waste to these realms. And that's Earth is next. That's the whole thing. And I was kind of hoping they were going to go with that route, but no, they're not. Philip A. Demick says threatening Raven's friends was lame. A competent writer would have had them say, "We can teach you to heal your friends, then use the healing training to corrupt her."
Yeah. That was totally lame. Why did you? Why did you show them anything? Why didn't you just say, "Oh, they're fine. They're actually in a room waiting for you. We're giving them some dinner." Yeah, like
they're having some tea and some cookies.
There was no reason to show her that. It was so dumb.
It was a mustache twirling. See, I don't have a mustache anymore, so I can't do that.
And is he dead?
Or he's dead? Yeah.
So he's dead. So they killed another good. I mean, he was good villain. He was a little twirly, but I liked him. And we need more nuclear family.
We do.
But the nuclear family has to look like they're from Leave It to Beaver. It's the only way the joke works. It can't be a modern one.
Yes, Mr. Roboto, Raven's mom was interdimensional. She was from Azeroth.
All right, kids, you're at the time limit. We like to keep these shorts, but if you want to keep talking about Titans, definitely check us out. If you're watching this as a video, every Friday night at 7 p.m. we do a live stream with Dennis and Susan Layton. It's called Friday Night Tights, and we do 2 other live streams during the week. It's the Nerdrotic Nooner at Monday and Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, we do all of our stuff live. So, most of our stuff live, and it's at nerdrotic.com. You can see our live schedule. We have a lot of new subscribers. This is what we usually do. We cover TV live, and we want to hear from you. You guys are the most important part of this. We have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/nerdrotic, where we give you stuff. And Dennis has a Twitter. It's at DeForest. Mine is at Nerdrotics. And everybody, thanks for coming in. Hopefully you guys can make it tonight, and we can talk about it if you're watching us live.
Yeah, I'll talk about why I shaved tonight too.
Oh yeah,
about that. I'll talk about that tonight. How about that?
Yes, there we go. So Dennis, take us out.
Children of Earth, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you might not be able to see it on the way out because it's so damn dark from not having any lights.
May the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Cheers, everybody.